Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with MRC-X, back yet again. Another season ready to be kicked off here at the Kingdom of Bahrain, the Bahrain International Circuit. A brand new season, brand new teams, and a brand new look, a brand new looking league, if you must. With this, we're in for yet another thrilling season, of course. And what a way to start. Today, it's another brand new, can't get the words out. Brand new partnership on commentary tonight. Joining me tonight, he's been on co-coms a lot last season. He's also a tier 2 driver as well for this season. It is Mr. Carl Edens. Bit W. How are you, sir?
Not too bad. Interesting to be opening the season alongside you, because obviously MRC-X gets the season underway.
Indeed it does. And normally it's me with Mr. Hardy as well, but he is actually on track for once.
See what kind of showing he can do.
Indeed. So, new season of MRC. How are you feeling?
To me, just another season. Just it's no different really, apart from new pairings, slight team changes, new people in.
Brand new tier, of course,
and all that malarkey.
A brand new tier, of course, as well this season. The brand new no assists tier.
Yep.
On
the
Monday
elite
night.
tier.
Indeed.
It's in the name.
Yep.
And obviously, you got the sports tier as well now, which formerly was tier 4, has been brought back, so we're now back to 4 tiers again.
Indeed, it's just the league's just growing and growing every year, or every season.
Well, it's a nice little community that we've built here over the past couple years.
Yeah, 100%. So then, Bahrain, how are you feeling for this sort of circuit?
I'm a bit 50-50 with the track, because obviously there's a few corners that can catch you out very easily, like turn 4 can catch you out.
Definitely.
To be fair, the turn 14 as well, a lot of people call the final corner before.
Yeah.
Because obviously you got 15 corners, but turn 15 is just a little kink that goes on to the start-finish straight.
The elbow corner, as people call it.
Yeah.
Sorry to all you Red Bull fans or the Albert Algebra fans.
But yeah, there's a few places that can catch people out, especially when the lack of grip on the tyres as you go further into the race. Traction zones.
Yeah, especially the heat out there as well. The tyres can wear off quite easily. So we've got a few returns this season as well, of course. One being in the race tonight, Mr. DRS Neil is back in the league. Welcome back to him. As Chris Billy crosses the line to set the pace for the rest of the drivers on the medium tyres. 31.1 from last year's runner-up of the elite tier.
Two-time runner-up.
Yep, two-time. Yep, indeed.
Well, technically, if we go back a couple seasons prior, he's actually come runner-up 3 times in the elite tier in MRC-X. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Well, I can guarantee you, though, from talking with him the past few days or whatnot, that he is going to really go for the title this year, because he's missed out, as I said, 3 times, twice in a row. So hopefully he can finally get his hands on it as Kid Dynamite goes a provisionally top.
Indeed, he's excuse me, he's got a point to prove this season. The end of last season, he had such an ending with Tier 1 or Tier yes, with Tier 1.
It was a bit of an off season for Kid, from what I've seen over the season just gone.
Yeah, 100%. And he definitely made a name for himself though at the end of the season. So this season for him is definitely going to be one for him. He's going to be one to watch this season for him.
Yeah, and when Kid's on a very good run, he is, I would probably say, one of the easy top 5 drivers in the entire MRC.
Yeah, 100%. I can't really argue with that. I'm just watching Martin Hills at the moment. Had a wee bit of a twitch out of turns, I think, turn 7, I think it was. Excuse me, there was a turn 9, actually, I think it was. The wee right hand hairpin, which is a horrible traction zone, I have to say.
Yeah, it's that double left, turn 9-10.
Oh, it'd be turning it down. I was on about. Sorry.
Yeah, the downhill braking for turn 8.
Horrible.
Just jumped on our league owner Martin Hills to see what his lap was, and he's gone 11th at the moment on a 31.4.
Indeed.
His David Coulthard inspired McLaren Mercedes tonight. Not a bad try at that livery.
It actually sort of looks like the new Mercedes livery that's just been brought out as well, in a way, except a bit brighter.
Yeah, just add a bit more black and he's about there.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, apparently Ant's livery is inspired for them the new Mercedes, but as per usual with Ant, he likes to stew in that pit garage of his.
Just looking at Ghost Rider here as well, he's actually gone very similar as well. Everyone's going for that like Mercedes sort of look, it seems. Ghost Rider's actually looks quite nice.
Very clean, and it's not far off, especially with the like the silver across the top of the nose, because the new Mercedes it's like silver across the top of the nose, but then it fades into the black, so it's like merging 2 different eras of the car into one, which is quite a nice touch really from Mercedes this going into the new season.
It looks beautiful. Like I've near fell in love with that car already, if I'm being honest.
To be fair, I wouldn't mind driving that car on the F124 game, that's for sure.
100%. Ghost Rider, I've just seen, has gone purple in the first sector on his lap, so man on the mission so far.
Wow, Stube, that's striking.
Let's have a look.
Can't miss that in a car park.
Damn.
What is it with our drivers and trying to go for the loudest livery possible?
Well, to be fair, it's actually quite good. I was looking at Connor on one of his laps earlier, and he's just went for the basic F1 World car, which I'm quite disappointed in.
Well, we probably ain't had time to sort a livery, or he didn't get any inspiration, so...
I disagree. I think he's just lazy.
Oof.
I don't care what he says after that. I meant what I said. Ghost Rider straight with the P7 with his lap at 130.5.
That's a decent banker from Ghost Rider.
Let's have a wee watch at Stoop to see what he can do on his lap.
I do like Calvin's. It's very Force India.
It is actually.
Yeah.
Honestly, does look quite nice.
And one thing I know about Calvin as well, he's very, very good on his tyre, so it kind of suits him to be the Checo Perez tonight. Oh, typical Ant.
No, yep, I run intermediates.
Ant gone out on intermediates. Typical.
It's all the time. It's all the time with him.
Well, funny thing is, Ant's not very particularly a fan of qualifying.
Alright, okay. Calvin seems to have backed out of his lap. Let's have a look at Anton's car for the league. Yep. Actually does look alright, but you said it looks very Mercedes-like. It actually does, in a way.
Just a shame about the tyres.
Yeah, except for that, yeah.
Bit too much tread on those, Ant.
Evening all, says Mandy. Welcome. Good to see you. Martin and Simba in the chat as well. Ready for the night? Welcome to the stream, folks. Ready for the new season. Don't know why I'm watching that. He's on the intermediate tyres. Woymax has gone for his
it looks
country's
very
colours. Looks very Christmassy looking, if I'm being honest.
It's very smart, if I must say. It's a very smart livery for Womax.
Obviously representing the Bulgarian flag with the colours, of course. The only Bulgarian in the league. Very multicultural.
Oh yeah, we've got members from all over, from all the way from America, all the way to Hong Kong, because obviously Doris is from there. We seem to have a big gathering though of drivers tend to come from around Britain and Netherlands seems to be the two dominant countries in MRC.
Then there's just me who's from Northern Ireland.
Well, that makes you special then, doesn't it?
In what way do you mean by that?
You're the only one in the league.
Gonna say choose your words wisely there.
Yeah.
Chris Bailey up on his time at the moment by about half a second.
Yeah, he's on the soft tyres now.
Indeed he is, so he's going for...
Dedicated his livery to a certain red car Rambo, if I've read correctly in the Discord.
Ah, right, okay. Didn't actually realise that.
Yeah. I had a quick flick through the... quick flick through the liveries on that page.
Chris Bailey up on his time at the moment. Went purple in the second sector. He's on for a flyer here. Was a second, and that was will be nearly a second and a half gain or so in his lap.
See how close you can get to Kid.
And straight to second place. Still about over half a second off him.
Just shows you how good of a lap that was from Kid.
Indeed, 28.7.
And that was his banker. That was his first flying lap as well.
That is scary pace. That's really scary.
Just shows he means business this season.
100%. Mr. Hardy back on another lap. Sitting P6 at the moment. A decent qualifying from him so far. Of course, my teammates for the new season.
I think that puts him top of the challengers, if I'm correct, in qualifying.
I think you are correct. Yeah, you're correct with that.
Sam Flam's just popped it into P5.
That's a good lap from him. Yeah, you're right actually. So Connor at the moment leading the challenger tier. Wee bit iffy out of turn 10 or turn 9. Still can't get corners right. Takes the inside.
Yeah, because some corners that don't look like corners are corners.
That's the same as every track. Austria is probably the worst for it.
Oh yeah.
Turn 2.
Yeah.
Here we are, Connor around the last corner. And he's backed out of his lap. Into the pit he goes. Mustn't have been improving. Let's see who else is on the lap at the moment. BRD Calvin. Let's see if he's actually going for it. But at the moment he is.
That's a good catch.
He just about caught that.
It's just jumped to him myself, and his back end was sliding.
Yeah.
That infamous turn 8.
Biff is on an in-lap at the moment. He's going for sort of the Rangers colours, I can see on his car for the night. Representing his boyhood club. And my own, actually, and my own as well, so I respect it. It's blue and white.
I'm just going to follow Doris on the remainder of his lap because he's one of the quick ones.
If he's pushing, he's actually up on his time, it seems.
Well, we'll see when he hits the next, the end of sector 2.
A sort of McLaren-looking car as well, for him.
He's 0.035 up on his lap, so he's only just up on his time.
Indeed. Is he going to put the lap in, or is he going to settle for P4, do I wonder? See if we can get their last corner correct. It looks good. A wee bit twitchy.
Ooh, bit of a twitch, yeah.
Yeah. Up to the line. Has he improved? He doesn't.
No. Slower by near enough a 1/10.5.
Let's see. Is anyone else on the lap? Mr. Ghost Rider. Let's have a look. Mr. Mercedes looking car. Let's have a look to see what he can do. Excuse me. So a minute to go in qualifying, folks. Ready for the new season. Ghost Rider 3/10 up. He went purple in the second sector. The track's really ramping up at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting to that time where it's the session's rubbing in its most. There's a lot of rubber on track, so just watching Super Striker come to the end of his lap just to see if he can improve down there in 18th.
Ghost Rider improved by 0.6 of a second and moved up one place.
Super Striker's just improved by just over a second. That puts him P12.
Tell you what, some of these lap times look crazy.
Who
else is on the lap at the moment? G-Star Snipes. Down in P17. He's up by half a second at the moment. People in the YouTube chat giving Connor grief at the moment for the basic livery. Mark Dennison says he always gives people grief for running the basic livery and he hasn't even got one.
Yeah, because I've heard that he tends to give people grief, especially when they use like realistic car liveries like the Red Bull and the McLaren and the Williams and the Alpine.
Great lap from G-Star Snipes, straight up to P12.
Kid's just started his last flying lap.
That's actually right on board with that then.
Going down to turn 4.
That's right on board with the man on pole at the moment. Is Chris on the lap as well? He is, but he's not improving.
Kid's gone purple sector 1. He's 10th up on his first lap.
Indeed he is. Let's have a watch out. Let's have a wee ride on board with him actually. So we're coming up towards turn 9. Very good on their brakes into there. Tell you what, he's doing alright to get the traction out of there.
Yeah, it's a very weird corners 9 and 10.
Yeah. Takes the wide line through turns 12 and 13. Or 11 and 12 rather. It's 3/10 up in his lap now.
Yeah.
Look how wide he can take that as well without invalidating. He's literally cutting it really fine.
Just got turns 14 and 15 left.
Indeed, he doesn't put an Alexal on at least. Up to the line, this is an insane lap of 28.3. A second faster than Chris Bailey in second place. That
Chris Bailey's crazy. Jaw has just dropped. I've just heard it hit the floor.
Mine has as well, never mind. That is scurry pace.
Kid Dynamite on pole then, he just goes a full second quicker than Chris and he's like, have some of that.
Chris Bailey back to his usual spot.
Oh, 9/10, so it wasn't quite a second. Nearly
Just under
a second though.
Yeah.
Oof.
So then the grid for qualifying, and what a qualifying it was. Kid Dynamite absolutely blitzes the field to take pole position by almost a second to Chris Bailey in second. Europel with a great lap going up to P3. Ziad Mar back in the league as well, another returnee up to P4. Captain Nibs is in P5. Doris is in P6. BRD Calvin in P7. Sam Flan is in P8. Anton's in P9. Wimax rounds out the top 10. And then we've got Airways in P11. Connor in P12. A great qualifying for his first. Ghost Rider in P13. Lobby is in P14. G-Star Snipes is in P15. We will get to the rest of the grid in a moment, and I will ask for your prediction also after that.
Mark Dennison, Chris in his natural habitat in P2.
Well, I've actually just got a message from Connor as well.
Oh, what's he had to say?
It's not something I wouldn't want to say on stream twice.
Ah, fair enough, fair enough. Let's keep it PG.
Indeed.
Keep it PG. don't want to get telling off by the people upstairs.
Indeed. We will go through the rest of the grid as soon as everyone picks the rest of their car or their strategy. So what would you do for strategy-wise yourself then, Carl, at this circuit?
Well, Well, it's a medium hard, no matter what you look at it, and I'll probably start on the medium tyres. But although I have, actually I'd probably start on the hards because it's the better tyre.
Right.
But then again, you probably want to start on the mediums because of obviously if you want the better tyre towards the end.
Oh, you just want to get a good start off as well. Right, so the rest of the grid then, we got to, I think it was G-Star Snipes in P15.
Interesting mix of tyres.
Oh, there's a spinner already. I think that's Martin actually. I was about to get to him next. He's in P16 on the grid. We've got Super Striker in P17. Stube is in P18. Biff is in P19, and DRS Neil didn't set a lap time in his first qualifying.
Kids, I think Kids gone round on the formation lap as well.
Looks like it actually. Yeah, he's dropped.
Yeah, got quite a mix of tyres. You've got 3 drivers starting on soft tyres. Chris, Ant, and G-Star starting on the soft tyres. You've got Kids starting on the hards along with Captain Nibs, Calvin also starting on the hard tyres, Airways, Ghost Rider and DRS Neil. The rest of them are starting on the medium tyres, so we've got a brief selection of tyres. Obviously Chris will want to be taking full advantage of those soft tyres off the start to jump Kid and then open up a gap as early as possible.
Because he's obviously on them hard tyres as well, so Chris wants to get the launch because he knows what pace Kid Dynamite has.
And this, I'm guessing the same will be with Ant and G-Star wanting to utilise the grip of the soft tyres at the start and make up as many places as they can.
So I tell you what, obviously we've got Chris Bailey and all in this race, but one person who obviously we don't have in this race is the current champion of the Elite Tier.
Yeah, Xavier decided not to race this one, which
interesting choice from him.
Opens up the door a bit.
Indeed it does. And obviously Chris was actually maybe then looking at that, thinking that he has a pull in him. And then Kid Dynamite goes and pulls that off. But
to be fair as well, we're missing the Challenger champion as well, because Wookie is not racing either, so both defending champions decided not to take part in this one.
Very interesting choice from them. Wookie obviously in the Elite Tier for this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because you win Challenger, you get promoted to Elite
but,
for the
here
following season.
Quick reset of the game, and the lights are up. We're ready to go racing here in Bahrain. And we are racing in Bahrain, 29 laps ahead of the drivers. A great start from Neil Rappel in third place. Great start from Doris in P5 as well. Chris Bailey has a great launch. Off the line, it's about 5 wide getting into turn 1. There's a driver running wide. I think that's Captain Nibs at the back of the grid. Kid Dynamite still stays in the lead. Chris gets a great run though out of turn 3. And obviously on them soft tyres he's going to have the run into turn 4. Kid Dynamite's got the inside line. They're still side by side. Coming through the S's. And Chris is going to make the move into P1. Great start from him. Doris straight up to P4 at the start. A wee wide run from the Rappel. Manages to stay ahead of Doris for the time being. A wee bit of a twitch from Doris out of turn 8. What a great start from Chris.
Yeah, he did exactly what he needed to do on those soft tyres, and now he's just got to try and pull away the best he can.
Waymax running wide out of turn 9. Very easy to do on this circuit, of course.
Yeah, especially with the line that you have to take through 9 and 10. It's a bit of an awkward line.
Indeed. So Chris Bailey leading the way. Chris Dynamite, they're 1 and 2 just swapping places. Lil Rappel staying in third. Doris managed to get the jump on Ziad off the start as well, so great start from him. Calvin P6, Anton up to P7 on them soft tyres, so he made them work well. Altas G's Star Snipes up to P13.
Yeah, quite a lot of position changes on that opening lap, as we've got a few people at the back pitting for probably repairs, my guess would be.
Indeed, keep a wee eye on that for us if you like, if you could.
Yes, I will drop down to see what they're doing. Super Striker front nose change, same with Biff, and I would say Stoobies as well. So all three having a new nose put on the car, so clearly contact on that opening lap.
Possibly, excuse me. So I never actually, I forgot to ask you as well before the start, I never got the chance to, have you got yourself a prediction for this race? We've got a spinner in the middle sector. Martin's gone round and lost his wing.
Oh,
he's lost his front end plate. At turn 7.
Turn 8.
Turn 8, sorry.
Yes, I've got my book of tracks, so it's got all the corners numbered. So I can always let you know which corner's what number. So you're good.
So as I was saying, what are you thinking then for this race prediction wise? Who you backing?
I'm torn between Chris and Kid, but as we all know, anything can happen, especially when safety cars come into play, and I know I've just said that dreaded word, and I hope it but someone's got to say it.
It's normally Connor on commentary that does that.
Yeah, the Connor curse, as it's labelled.
Ziad and Doris fighting tooth and nail for P3 or for P4 at the moment. You Rappel all over the back of Kid Dynamite as well. He just doesn't seem to be getting them hard tyres up and running at the moment, Kid. But at the same time, Chris hasn't pulled that gap out.
No, I don't think the grip in the softs lasts that long. I don't think the tyre life is that good with the soft tyres round here.
DRS obviously enabled now. This is probably the worst DRS zone of them all, of the two, or of the three, going through from turn 9, from turn 9 to 10.
Got a few trains starting to form.
Indeed we do. Martin obviously now at the back of the grid on them soft tyres from after having the box for the new wing. So also again, obviously we've got a few drivers that wouldn't expect to see on this grid tonight. Obviously Connor being the main one. Normally it's actually yourself that's actually racing.
Yeah, me and Connor have done the switcheroo tonight.
It seems like it, yeah.
as he's actually having a look on the inside of Lorpy, which then becomes the outside for 2.
Wee bit of contact between them. Connor's going to have the DRS, as is Lorpy.
Connor will have the inside though.
Still better on traction. DRS Neil wanting to get involved as well.
I have noticed when you on the exit of turn 4, it helps to be on the outside. You get better traction with being the car on the outside, as I think that was DRS Neil having a look at Connor on the inside of turn 8 in that Audi livery, as he goes for the inside of 9 as well. I don't think.
Nice, is he?
I don't think it's wise showing a nose on the inside of 10 because of the nature of that corner.
No, I wouldn't. Oh, wee bit of a twitch from Airways. Out of turn 11.
Ghost Rider's made a position on Airways, yeah.
A wee bit of a twitch from him running a bit wide. He done well to catch that. Because out of that corner, especially out of that corner, if you lose it, it could be catastrophic.
These cars are very forgiving if you lose it. They're very easy to catch.
Couple of moves happening up and down the field. Anton's managed to get past Doris into turn 1.
Yep, made the move stick on those soft tyres.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Sam Flan has got past Captain Nibs also into P7.
Kid making a few shapes on Chris, trying to make him guess which way he's going to go.
Just teasing him at the moment, is he? Well, the front 4 haven't really. I was going to say the front 4. The front 6 haven't really disappeared from each other. They're all within a second of each other.
Yeah, you got the front 6, then you got like a small train from Sam Flam, Captain Nibs and Calvin, and then you got G-Star and Woomax to themselves. Then you got a slight train with Connor at the front of it. And then you got the next train of 2 of Ghost Rider and Airways, and then obviously those that have pitted running by themselves.
Indeed. So obviously, of course, this is a brand new season of MRC this season, guys. Season 13 now. This is obviously the final season of the F1 2023. As soon as this season finishes, of course, it'll be ready for the new game. How are you feeling for the new game as well, Carl? Obviously, we haven't heard anything about it yet.
No, we haven't heard anything. We know what the cars are going to look like, though. That's about the only thing we do know. I think I'll pass judgment when the game comes around. I think.
Yeah. Europel and Ziad fighting tooth and nail for P3 at the moment. Kid Dynamite managed to get past Chris Bailey into turn 1 while I was asking the question there. Of course, guys, with the league, of course, folks, the league is always looking for new drivers, looking for new things. Europel, and Anton's lost it.
Oh dear.
Out of turn 8, Anton's just spun it. He's kept it out of the wall, but he's lost the back end. He's lost possibly a chance at a podium so far. Obviously, there's still a long way to go in this race, but that's heartbreak for him.
G-Star and Calvin have swapped places.
Indeed. So as I was saying, of course, the league is always looking for new drivers. Obviously, we've got this new season just starting, and we're always looking for some reserves. And you never know, even if you do join, you might end up getting a full-time seat in a few races' time, coming towards the halfway point of the season. Our turnover of drivers is always massive. It's always big as well.
Oh yeah. Because we do tend to get the odd occasion where people tend to drop out mid-season and then people get promoted and vice versa.
Where do we spin at the last corner? Lobby has lost it out of turn 14. Calvin and G-Star still fighting side by side into turn 1. G-Star's going to have the inside line out of turn 3.
Calvin won't have DRS though because of being the car at the front of that 3, because Woomax has also took the place.
There's like G-Star had stolen the DRS.
Yeah, Calvin was slightly ahead, so he didn't get the DRS, and obviously G-Star and Womax did, so Calvin ended up losing 2 places on that occasion.
Can be unforgiven this track as well, can't it? If you haven't, if for like for the DRS, it's it's very strong around this circuit.
I would say it's not too bad with the DRS that we're on at the moment with G-Star, Womax and Calvin, but I would say the first 2 are the real kicker, because let's say you make the move under DRS into turn 1, you got a separate detection point for the second DRS zone, and they can easily get past you, so you'll be constantly swapping places near enough every lap and just losing time.
Yeah, you really want to be second going into the corner, don't you? Into turn 1?
Yeah. It's not like some tracks like Australia where it's 1 detection point for 2 zones.
Yeah, I suppose. Calvin managing to get back past Womax. He went a wee bit deep into turn 1, but he's managed to keep it ahead of the Bulgarian. Let's see, G-Star moves to the outside to cover it, but Calvin sticks to the racing line. Still side by side.
I don't think Chris is failing too good on those soft tyres, because he's currently 3rd now, behind Kidd and Irapel.
He has dropped back recently. A wee bit of a wide run. I think that was Connor that ran wide there actually out of turn, I think it's 5. But of course, folks, this is the start of the new season. That was the MRC-X. Monday night we've got 2 races, being the elite tier and the expert tier. And then on Wednesday night,
it's the you got the competition. Is it the competition tier? It's called labelled on Wednesday along with the sports.
Yes, actually it is. Yes, the comp tier and the sport tier, of course, on Wednesday nights also. So the
a lot of racing in this league.
Indeed, the action never stops. As I've started to call it, the league that never sleeps.
To be fair,
Ziyad had a bit of a twitch out of turn 1. Ziyad had a wee bit of a twitch out of turn 1 there, so he's lost out to Doris, and Sam Flam wants to get involved now, and he's going to get past him into turn 4. Another yellow flag in the last sector. Flag. Is that Stoob?
Was the back. I think Stoob's dropped it out of turn 13. Yeah, Stoob lost it at turn 13.
There's another yellow flag in turn 1, or turn 3. Who's that? It's Ghost Rider. Had a bit of a moment, it seems, out of turn 3.
Yeah, turns 1, 2 and 3 can be tricky, especially with the lack of grip.
100%.
How long is Chris willing to go on those soft tyres, I wonder, as we have a yellow around turn 8, which I think is Ghost Rider again.
Super Striker brings up the first penalty of the season. First 3 seconds of the brand new season. Captain Nibs having a half look at Ziyad going into the final corner. Running the Stake F1 sort of looking livery. Ziyad decided he's going to finish on them medium tyres after the spin.
Yeah. A lot of wear on that is. Whoa, Chris going for wanting to turn 1 must have broke a little too late and cost himself trying to not hit Lorpy and Kid Dynamite into turn 1. So I wonder what damage has been done to those soft tyres with that lack of judgment.
Seems like Europel has taken the lead of the race as well. Missed that.
Yeah, he got the move on Kid with DRS, and Chris had like a double toe and overspeed, and tried to not hit Kid and Irapel going into turn 1 and about spun the car in the process.
We'll go Chris DRS. I don't know what he's trying to do there with the tyres or with his car.
Yeah, probably little weave or something. Probably knows he's on stream, I guess.
Giving us a wee bit of a show then.
You'll know when Chris is giving you a show because his back end will be out near enough every corner. Because the one thing I know about Chris is he likes a twitchy rear.
Let's keep an eye on him then to see if he actually does then.
Nah, I don't think he'll get his back end out and put on a show like that. He'll be focusing on on the job in hand.
Captain Nibs moves to the outside of Sam's landing into turn 1 and manages to get through to him. Gets through before the braking zone. Sam's going to have the RS coming out of the corner out of turn 3, as is Captain Nibs on Doris. So Nibs has managed to stay ahead, made a contact between the Rappel and Kid Dynamite at the front. And that's allowed Chris Billy to get involved. He's going to stick behind him for the time being. Some great driving between the leaders of this race so far, eh?
Yeah, the three of them all to themselves.
Loving life at the moment.
Just watching the a train further back, the G-Star train, which is G-Star Calvin and DRS Neil, Connor and Airways.
Anyone budging there at all?
Ant made a move going down towards turn 4, but that was about it. But it's just one big DRS train at the moment with all the cars lying astern.
Indeed, and Doris obviously just outside of DRS of Chris as well, and or else that would have been another train. So let's have a look at Kid Dynamite to see what he does, see if he can get a move done on Europel. Chris is still staying out on them soft tyres.
He's probably
Get them out DRS, look at the overspeed.
Trying to look for it, yeah. The double toe is very strong here, especially when you've got the two cars ahead of you.
Europel's lost it. Wee bit of it, he's lost it. He just about keeps it out of the wall, but it's out of turn 2. He's managed to lose the back end, and that's heartbreak for the Dutchman. So Kid Dynamite's just been gifted second place back, or the lead back, sorry, I should say.
Yeah, Chris still keeping him company on those soft tyres still, as you say. Wonder if Captain Nibs and Co can get onto the back of them.
Let's keep an eye on it to see. So of course, obviously, it's a brand new season. Any tracks that are standing out for you in the calendar that has been for the season?
There was I think the biggest surprise to me is seeing Baku on the calendar, because when we first raced it in season, I think it was 11 when the game first came out, it was always Chris Pitts. He's decided to say enough's on those soft tyres. Yeah, just going back to Baku, it was like racing on an ice rink. For some reason there was just no grip whatsoever in the tyres. So I'm very surprised that's on there. And obviously the biggest surprise of them all, that well, it's a bit of a 50-50 one, but not seeing Monaco on the calendar. Monaco's a bit of a bit of a Marmite track. You either like it or you don't.
Literally, yeah. 100%.
Another track I'm a bit surprised to be not on the calendar, because I know it's quite a popular one and it's been on it's been used on these calendars where we vote for and the odd few seasons, is Canada, because that's been a highly voted one over time.
Canada? Did you say?
Yeah, Canada, because I know it's quite a popular one, I know, amongst some drivers.
Yeah,
it's
true.
Ended up on the calendar a few times.
Very true. Mark Dennison saying he's surprised Brazil isn't on on it this year.
Yeah, Brazil, not surprised. Yeah, I knew about Baku and with Wookie. I heard about that one. So
okay.
if anyone's not too happy about Baku being on the calendar,
you know who to blame.
send your messages to Wookie.
Oh, that's never mind. G-Star Snipes has finished on his soft tires now. Onto the mediums. Where did Chris come out? P12. Managed to get past G-Star again onto them hard tires now, so he'll be hoping to finish the race on them tires now.
With Chris pitting a little earlier, it's allowed Kid to have a bit of breathing space now, just to himself.
Indeed, because the second to fourth are still fighting tooth and nail as well, which is allowing him to disappear. But Chris has got some free air as well though, so he might be able to...
Yeah.
If he can get the lap times in, if he can get some good lap times in, he might be able to be within pit stop range.
Connor's just made a move on Calvin to move up to P7.
Yeah, indeed, Calvin having a half look back at him. Connor moves to the inside, to cover him off. Airways having a half look at Calvin as well. But manages but opts to stay behind.
You don't want to get on that curb on the outside of that corner, it can unsettle the car.
Yeah, 100%.
Ooh, a bit wide there from Connor, which opens the door for Calvin to get alongside.
Doris and Sam Flam into the pit lane on their medium tyres. Anton managing to stay out.
From here.
Anton opting to stay out. Still on them soft tyres. We know what he's like on tyres, like.
Yeah, he can go ridiculously long on tyres. I think he can pull about 18 or so laps on a pair of soft tyres.
DRS Neil, a beautiful move out of turn 3. Great traction out of turn 3 to get past Ziad, even on them worn hard tyres.
15 lap old.
But the traction he got out of turn 3 to just fly around the outside of Ziad. Ziad having another half
look of the inside of turn 8.
Indeed. Side by side, going into turn 9, this is not a good idea. But he's still on it. Oh, we got a contact between them. Neil left him no room. Neil left no room. And look at Chris.
Took full advantage of that as well. Chris taking both of them because of that.
Chris Bailey pulling Lewis Hamilton Silverstone. Through those Bailey.
He'll like that one.
Ziad's managed to get past DRS Neil again. He just left no room there whatsoever, was he, out of turn 9?
Well, it's just the line that turns 9 and 10 have. It's a bit of a bizarre line, so it's not the best place to be on the outside, but I think we all remember Fernando Alonso's move around the outside of Bahrain at the start of the 23 season.
Which one was that now?
I think he went round the outside at turn 9 at Bahrain.
Alright,
I can't remember who he went round the outside of, though.
It's been a full year. Do you think I can remember that? Don't remember yesterday, but...
You Irish.
Aye. There's no need for that now. Chris Bailey up to P4 now, managed to get past Calvin, and now he's got some free air to try and catch Europel in P3. But obviously he wants to keep them tires as best he can.
He's going to be looking at that. He's going to be looking at that gap to Kid.
Indeed, what's that, about 18, 19 seconds at the moment, maybe 20?
Somewhere like that. I don't know. I don't know how much you lose in a pit stop here.
Calvin managing to get Calvin defending and Ziad side by side, going through turns 10, 11. Ziad trying to hold it around the outside. It's very risky to do that, but he's managed to stick it. Brilliant move from Ziad.
Fair play from both drivers.
Some great driving from them. Mark Ellison's just put in the chat there. Did someone say Canada?
Yeah, yeah. Mark, he's one of those that absolutely adores Canada. Don't know why.
DRS nailed on the inside of Calvin into turn 1. A beautiful move from him. And it looks like he's actually done that. I think he's actually nailed it as well to get the DRS.
He was just within the detection of the car in front as well, so
he's done really well there to do that, to get that.
Yeah, nullified an opportunity of Calvin to try and get the position back.
Indeed. I tell you what though, here from half a lap, Chris Bailey's already gained a second. Over a second to Europel. 8.5 seconds already.
That's the benefit of the fresher tyres.
Yeah, true.
But I don't think he's looking at Irapel though, or Captain Nibs. He's predominantly looking at that gap to Kidd. As Calvin goes deep out of 10, my guess is probably just misjudged his braking.
Plus the old tyres as well. Obviously going to be an impact. And of course, obviously we've got Biff and Stoop at the back. Of course, obviously everyone gets points in MRC-X as well. So fair play to them for still driving. As Kid Dynamite is up at the box.
I think that only counts as if you finish. I think if you DNF, you don't get any points. So as long as you finish, you get at least a point.
Kid Dynamite onto the medium tyres, which is quite of an interesting choice. You'd think he would have maybe stuck it out for a set of softs to keep the pace up.
Probably thinking of the better option.
Chris now has got the lead of the race, of course, as well, after Captain Nibs in after Captain Nibs boxed as well. So Kid is behind him by about 5-6 seconds.
Something like that, but obviously I think a couple of those cars ahead of Kid have still yet to pit because they're...
Yeah, true. So he's to play it's now basically just a proper race now for both drivers.
Pretty much. It's Chris is
wee bit of contact between Calvin and Doris. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Calvin's getting a 5-second penalty for that. He might try and get that off because he was taken round by...
I think that's going to be looked at, definitely.
Yep. Him and Doris had a wee bit of contact out into turn 10. And he ended up losing it. So of course he had to cut the track to get back onto it. So that's going to be probably looked at by the stewards later on tonight.
Yeah, and then it depends on what how it looks to them.
Indeed.
Already flying on these fresh medium tyres.
Indeed, he seems to have got them up to speed fairly quickly, hasn't
he? As he's already making the move on Neil into turn 1.
And he has got the move done. Beautiful.
Plenty of grip on those mediums.
Indeed there is. Has he got the DRS as well? He hasn't, so if Neil can try and fight him back... No, it doesn't seem like he's close enough. This time around, the track seems to have spread out a little bit. There's not really much battles left on track. G-Star Snipes and Anton at the moment, probably the closest on track at the moment for P9.
Calvin's in the pits, getting off those hard tyres.
So the only person yet to box then is Neil, DRS Neil. 18 lap old tyres. Look at the speed, look at how quickly Kid Dynamite's catching these drivers.
He's about four about 4 seconds behind Chris now, as he sets a purple middle sector.
This pace from him is scary. It's probably hard. It's probably a wee bit bold to say, but he's definitely sending a message to obviously the Tier 1 champion, Eugenie. Saying he's not evening's business this season.
As you say, Neil's deciding to pit now. He'll probably be going onto the soft tyres with about 9 laps to go.
Has he? You repel with the fast lap. Anton with you drivers. No, DRS Neil's opted for the mediums.
Oh, has he got mediums?
Wonder if
probably
he just didn't. Well, he didn't qualify.
Probably didn't change it.
Yeah, I suppose. Because he didn't qualify, sure, so he had a fresh set of tyres to use.
Yeah, he'd have all sets available to him.
Interesting choice from him there, to be fair. Lobby has opted for the box also. On 11 Apple cards at the moment. So he'll be going mediums also, okay. So just
probably thinking that the sauce will probably drop off too quick, so they're probably going mediums just to be on the safe side.
Possibly,
I'm just watching that gap between Chris and Cade gradually coming down.
Yeah, it's dropping at a rapid pace, like, isn't it?
I would say Kid will be lapping probably about a second or so quicker than Chris, probably.
Yeah, on them fresh tyres, it would be something very similar to that, or it would be something like that, yeah. And there you go again.
31.8. Well, he's within 2 seconds going on to this lap, so...
Maybe within the next lap or two, he could be within...
My guess is he'll be within striking range of Chris in the next few corners.
Because where are they at the moment? Up towards turn 4, then he might get the...
He's within a second now.
Yeah, he'll get the RS obviously out of turn 10. So that I keep saying it, that's just scary pace. From Kid Down. Look at how close. Look at that.
It's like Chris waved him on through because Chris is like, I just want to get to the end here. I just want to get to the end on these tyres. Off you go. Just.
I can't get over the pace he's got there. And he's already nearly bridged the second. Look at Chris has got DRS and he's still dropping back. Well,
Kid doing what he does best.
Indeed.
That's all I can say.
Indeed, strap yourselves in, folks. We're in for a good season. In Tier 1, in MRC-X and of course the Elite Tier.
I think the Elite Tier is going to be an absolute cracking season. 100%. Yeah. To be fair, I think all 4 tiers are going to probably throw up some interesting fights over the season.
Yeah, some of the driver lineups do look very tasty.
Some strong pairings up and down all the tiers as well.
Indeed. Of course, you've got the Tier 2 champion from last year on your side.
Yeah, big ass to try and beat him, that's for sure.
100%. And of course, I've got Mr. Connor as my teammate for the season as well in Tier 4.
I bet you're secretly been rooting your teammates on tonight then, haven't you?
Yeah, but no comment. Look at that gap from Kid anyway. 4 seconds he's gained within maybe 3 laps, not 2 laps.
I think Chris is just trying to get the car to the end.
Yeah, from this point you'd have to.
Yeah.
But good way to start the season anyway.
He's gonna be under attack from Ziad and Captain Nibs as well.
I suppose that's lead Nibs on them fresh high mediums as well, so he's gone for a good result as well.
You got Doris in there as well. Sam Flam in that train as well now.
Just to have a wee quick look to see who's actually leading what. I think Connor's still. No, he doesn't at the moment. Actually, I think it's Airways that's currently leading the Challenger tier.
think it could be Airways.
If I'm not mistaken. It is indeed, Airways currently leading the way for the Challenger tier. Connor's in second for it. There you go, there's the fighting. Chris is just dropping back. He's just lost 2 places to Ziad and Nibs. And look at that, he went for the dive bomb. He's went a wee bit deep into the corner, and Doris has been invited into play.
Yeah, I think Chris is just trying to get to the end now.
Possibly Doris is going to have a look at the inside into turn 4.
He's going to probably look at how this race has gone, and come Sunday he'll be making changes to that setup.
Possibly. They're quite close. Doris has managed to get past Chris into turn 5. Captain Nibs side by side with Ziad into turn 8.
Ooh, Chris with a bit of a twitch out of 8.
Indeed.
Opens
getting very
the door
interesting
for Sam Flan to possibly have a look.
Getting very interesting here at the moment. But good way to start the season anyway, isn't it? There you go, Nibs has got past Ziad now, so he can set off after Kid Dynamite. Well, if he can.
Kid's been in a different league tonight.
Yeah. Just something else today, hasn't he? Woke up and chose violence, alright. Took no prisoners whatsoever tonight. He's been unreal.
Yeah, I think you can definitely tell by the way this race is. Oh, Chris going very wide out to turn 14.
And there's Sam Flan now.
Sitting duck there.
And he's got past him. Gonna have DRS on the exit of 4 or 3 rather, not 4.
Yep. I think the detection lines between 2 and 3.
Is it not at the breaking point of 1?
Oh, I don't know.
If I can see if I'm looking at the track map here, it looks like it's actually on the breaking point of 1. Because there's the speed trap and then there's...
Yeah, it's that green circular dots, so it's round about the brake zone for 1.
Connor and Wimax fighting for P12 at the moment. Connor's got
huge rock up from Soundplan going into turn 9.
Connor's managed to get past Wimax at the moment. It's the P12 at the moment. It's still a decent result for Connor for the Challenger tier.
Yeah.
His first race in MRC-X that I've seen him race ever. And it makes a change as well. Actually, me commentating over him, normally the opposite way around at times.
Yeah. I mean, I can pretty much say that for some drivers, this is some drivers probably will use this as a test run to see how the setups feel, and then...
Yeah, agreed.
Probably work strategy out as well.
To be fair, last time I raced X, that was mainly the reason I did. Oh, wee bit of a twitch out of turn 2 for Ziad.
Mark Dennison, Connor is P3 currently, DRS Neil is Challenger 2, so...
right, okay, I forgot about that.
So Airways, DRS Neil, then Connor.
Alright, okay, thank you for that, Mark.
Woomax is pitting.
He has 14 lap old hard, so he'll go onto the soft at the end. Yep, he will.
Ooh, just jumped to G-Star, who's making a move on the inside of Neil.
Let's have a quick look at their fights. Neil had the outside line, gonna turn to the inside for turn 6. He's stayed ahead for the time being. So 4 laps to go. What do you think for the race? How have you felt for this race? What have you thought?
I don't know really. Just been seeing possibly what parts of the tracks could easily be made mistakes, and just making mental notes on things.
Yeah, true.
Whilst we're commentating over this.
Very true. Been just very dominant as well from Kid this race as well, hasn't it? It's just no one can touch him.
Very controlled.
No one can. It's just like he's been like Max last season. No one can touch him.
Kid Dynamite is our British Max Verstappen. There you go.
There you go. I'm sure he'd like that. He's probably listening to that as well. Oh, Sam Flam running wide out of turn 8.
I think we've only got about 4 battles on track because it's quite spread out now.
It has spread out a lot recently. Woymax Lobby swapping places.
You got Doris, Sam Flan, Calvin and Connor, and Biff and Single Track are about the only battles on track that are close enough.
Didn't even realise that battle between them two.
Oh, and you've got Womax and Lorpy as well. So you got about 4 within striking distance of each other.
Yeah, I've just actually had a thought as well. Obviously, we're at Bahrain here. I'm sure you've seen the state of Bahrain the last couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, the it looked more of a swimming pool than a racetrack.
Yeah, the place where it literally rains maybe like 2 times a year, if anything.
Yeah, because wasn't that during some F2 testing or something?
Yeah, was the academy or something, was it?
Something like that,
something
yeah.
Like that. It looked awful.
As Chris has now lost a place to answer. Chris down into 8th now.
Not being his race today,
not the race he was hoping for.
No. Anton managed to keep the RS as well. Out of that corner. Or out of turn 3. To stay ahead of him as well.
My guess probably is he wasn't past him before the detection point.
Sometimes that's the best way to do it. There's sometimes like brake early, but then brake late after, if you understand me.
Yeah.
In a way.
Try and time it so you're not fully past the car going into the detection point, and then use the second one to make the move.
Yeah, it's because of course as well. Like there's some points obviously you could even go through the detection zone, and none of you would get the RS. As well.
Especially if you're side by side, which is a very rare occurrence.
Yeah. So obviously these drivers know what they're doing as well, so they know when to pick and choose their opportunities.
Yep.
With 2 laps to go, Captain Nibs has actually closed that gap a little bit on Kid Dynamite.
Yeah, 5.5.
Probably won't catch him towards the end, no harm to him, but...
Nah. I'm guessing Kid's just deciding to just cruise now.
Yeah. He knows what he has to do.
It's like 28 to 29. He's got no pressure. He's just thinking about making sure he gets to the finish.
Yeah, 100%. It's been a great way to start the season. I've enjoyed this race.
It gives you an idea of what we can expect down the line, especially for the tier races. Yes, MRC-X is mixed because it's got people from all the tiers in one race, but it gives you a rough idea of what to expect for Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah, 100%. There's Airways managing to get past Chris Bailey now as well. He's just dropping back. He's got DRS and Neil with him now as well, but he's managed to get back past Airways into turn 12.
Yeah, you got Neil on the back of that as well.
Yep, so this is a pure dogfight.
Chris is flashing.
Is he now?
Yeah, Chris is flashing. He's obviously got nothing to defend with.
Oh no, he doesn't actually. It's Stu with the fastest lap. That's a rare occurrence. Look at DRS Neil. Before the breaking point, 2 places in 1 with DRS. Brilliant from him. Obviously, the fresher tires on both drivers he's against, but even that was some crazy overspeed.
He must have been using a bit of ERS as well to try and get both cars.
Yeah, possibly. Sam Flan seems to have just
Kid's
stuck it
about
behind.
halfway round on his final lap.
It's right on board with him. It's been a controlled race, as you said, for him for this. Talk about starting the season with a bang.
All you need is a bit of dynamite.
No, for God's sake. I should have made that. I should have seen that coming.
For that one. I'm going to get so mullered for that one. I apologise.
I should have seen that coming. Brilliant.
Oh dear.
But we're in the last corner now for him. It's been a controlled race for him. Start as you mean to continue. He starts the season as he ended last. Kid Dynamite will come home and win for the elite tier. Captain Nibs is going to come home in second. Ziad in third place. Welcome back to the lead from him. Sam Flan has lost it out of the last corner.
Yeah.
That is heartbreak from him. He was on for a brilliant result there. So Doris is going to take P4 in the end.
Neil wins Challenger.
Yep, indeed he is.
No, Airways, sorry, because Neil had 3 seconds. My apologies.
So the great result for Airways back in starting as he means to continue. He had a great season last season, obviously only finishing I think 3rd or 4th in the Challenger tier last year.
So you got Kid winning. Obviously, all these routes are provisional, depending stewards, as we all know. Still waiting for a few cars to cross the line.
Lobby going to bring it home in P15. A great result, a great race to be fair. Stu must have been lapped in the end.
Yeah, I think he was the only one that did get lapped, but heartbreak for Sam Flam losing it. I would probably say losing it out of 14 going into 15.
Equal to Alex Albon.
Game gives it to DRS Neil, obviously starting from the back of the grid.
Very true, yes. I'm going to ask for your driver of the day after we go through the grid. So get your thinking cap on.
Yeah.
No flags on any of the cars that are on the podium. Only one flag being the Union.
And I will say this now that the race is all done. No safety cars throughout that entire race. True. So big up to everyone in that race.
What a result. Oh, Chris was just seen a message from Chris. He was under fueled.
Oh, dang it. He probably was expecting possibly a safety car.
So then, guys, that's the end of it for Bahrain to start the season off for the brilliant result for Kid Dynamite, who will take the win. Captain Nibs comes home in second. Ziad will round out the podium in P3. Doris will take P4. Europel will finish in P5. Anton is in P6. Airways will finish in P7 but will win the Challenger tier. Chris Bailey is in P8. DRS Neil, second place for the Challenger tier but 9th on grid. G-Star Snipes in 10th. Calvin in 11th. Connor is in 12th. 13th is for Wimax. Loppy is in 14th. Ghost Rider's in 15th. Single Track in 16th. Biff in 17th. Super Striker is in P18. Sam Flan's in P19 and Stube rounds out the grid in P20. So, Carl, you know what I'm going to ask you. What do you reckon?
Yeah. I'm going to say 2 drivers.
Oh, okay.
Kid, for his dominant, likes to flag, and Neil for a very clean, controlled race from the back to finish where he did. So I'm going to say those 2.
Okay, I'm going to basically split the decision there. I'm going to basically make the deadlock, or break that deadlock then. I'm going to choose one of them also, and I'm probably going to say, I'm going to agree with you with Neil, if I'm being honest. Great result for him, as you say, from the back to where he finished.
Kept himself out of trouble.
Yeah, 100%. Great result from him. But anyway, that's Friday, MRC-X done. First race of the season down. Join us, of course, Monday night, 7 o'clock start to see Carl in action actually in the expert tier.
Wonder how that'll go. And then you got yourself on Wednesday.
Indeed, that's that's obviously the late race as well. It's 8:45. But anyway, thank you for joining me, Carl.
Pleasure was mine.
And thank you for everyone that was watching the stream. And good night to you all. See you on Monday.